purple instead of fucking red. And it don't even be the difference don't even be that stark. You be looking at lavender and lilac and you be like, oh, it's so different. I don't know. I can't understand. It's just not lavender. Like, come on.
Yeah, no, honestly, I feel like to your point, Jack, like we all are going through a human experience. The fact that we're so caught up in our silo that we can't understand our neighbor's experience, like, just look into yourself, know that you're human, and know that someone else is going through a similar human experience regardless of whether or not you understand. Like, there's a lot of things that I go through that people are not going to understand that are outside of my transfer. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the more cis people understand their uniqueness in the fact that, like, we are all living parallel realities, and that our humanities do match. Like, our differences are just going to be just like ornaments. Like, my difference and your difference are just things that are ornamental. My skin tone and your skin tone are things that I wear. I don't have a choice. But understand my humanity. Like, I think that's the point of view that people need to embrace even more. Like you were saying, in like in comparison to the lilac or violet, it's like, or like lilac and lavender. There's a lack of like difference. Like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, we're all programmed to believe that we're like in this separate culture, and yes, there are differences, and yes, there are things that make us beautiful because it's different. But at the end of the day, we're all living human lives, and that's what that's what should unite us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what I would love for folks to get. Like, as a trans person, I need you to know that I'm a human being. Period. First and foremost. And my transhood influences my humanity, but it's not my humanity.
You're not a different species for being trans.
Right.
Absolutely.
Human being.
I just need folks to know the two things can be true at the same time.
Right. At the same time.
And like, I've been really toying with this thing about how, like, balance doesn't require symmetry. Like, it requires balance. It requires literally, okay, this, you know what I'm saying, as a person with scoliosis who does ballet, me actually being in the middle of my foot or me actually being on my big toe is not going to be healthy for my body to turn with. For the ballerinas out there who understand, I have to be a little bit more on the middle of my foot to really be in that balance, get my 3, because if this has 3 pirouettes out, okay, it just is what it is. My body is not symmetrical, so therefore the technique can't force symmetry on me in order for it to work. Right? Mm-hmm. So balance doesn't require symmetry. What you need is not what somebody else needs, and that's fine. We're all puzzle pieces in this motherfucker. And like, no two puzzle pieces are the same, so that one can fit here on purpose, and another can fit here on purpose, and another can fit there on purpose.
And it's like you said, it's like the shade, like lilac and lavender. Like, girl, it's purple. Like, I don't know. Like, really, we're gonna fight over that? Like, the whole thing.
But
it's a perfect analogy.
I think part and parcel is that whole understanding of not being willing to just divorce what you already know. You learn something new every day, baby. And just like you can learn something, you can unlearn something. So it's like the idea that, like, I think that the conversation on a public scale, like those big conversations, should be had involving trans voices. Period. You know, no, he shouldn't have been having that conversation alone. Did he at least try? Would I give him a thumbs up for trying at least? Mm-hmm. But yeah, go back to the drawing board and learn a little more. Check with your people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, y'all could, like, if y'all couldn't afford Hope Giselle, because girl, I hope you're expensive. Like, please. But if y'all, like, if y'all couldn't afford, if y'all couldn't afford Hope Giselle, I'd be like, and put a video on or something. She said it at times. Go to her page. You know what I'm saying? Like, she said it all. Go to her page.
That's
could've
how I felt
lined
with
it up.
Regina. When you have
You
the
could've-
trans stuff pop up, like, oh, we need you down in the studio today.
Say there are no trans people, at least openly trans people in your team without saying it. Because somebody could have been like, hey, like we can literally predict what this bitch is gonna say and give you videos of a myriad of trans people
Right.
that could say, oh, what the thing is to combat that, and you could be armed with somebody else saying it. You could just sit there with a remote, and that would be the swaggiest thing that ever happened. Y'all miss mad, like y'all be like to uphold your like y'all were saying, to uphold that level of glory, to maintain that glory, right? Y'all will literally not be swagged out. That will sacrifice the swag for glory that y'all wind up not getting.
Essentially making yourself smaller every time. Shrinking who you are, shrinking your identity, your livelihood, your possibilities, your purpose. Because if you can't even like be honest with yourself about who you are, you can't be honest about what you want. Any of that. So
All the running y'all doing.
You just living a life of
In
just
ancient times.
corns and bunions,
you know,
child. Corns and
And
bunions.
before I forget, like a lot of what I said about cis people in general, it also goes for cis SGL people, because
Oh, of course.
because trans
Of course.
visibility is a thing there too.
Sometimes they be the worst.
The worst. I can't stand I'm gay, just be gay, faggot. Can't.
But I have a whole trans mother too, and it's like, what are you doing?
Do you forget?
Who's raising you? Like, and it's so weird.
It's like the oppression has to go somewhere, I guess.
Right.
I do believe it.